Good afternoon, everybody. Chris Paradiso here. I'm going to be at your event speaking March 20th in Lexington. Also alongside of me is my marketing director here at Paradiso Insurance, Joe Estes.
Good afternoon, everyone.
And we're going to spend about 45 minutes of your time today just sharing with you and touching some points on what we're going to be talking about on March 20th when I come out and teach a little bit about what's going on in the branding and social media world and content marketing world. And meanwhile, I believe you can ask questions. We're always looking for people to ask questions. If you have questions, please do not hesitate. We're here to help. And we're not going to go super in depth with each topic that we're going to go through with you guys today. We're really just trying to give you a taste of what we're going to be talking about when we talk about branding and social media tools. We are going to dive a little bit into it, more of a 101 type of overlook. Yeah, crash course. So without further ado,
just one reminder before we get started, folks. This is the first of 2 webinars that we will be having to preview the PIA Kentucky Conference. We will be sending out an invite to the entire group for the second webinar as well, which will be kicking off towards the end of February.
Thank you again for joining us, and we're going to move forward. And like I said, meanwhile, if you do have a question, please do not hesitate. Ask away. So first and foremost, what we want to start with is really an agency's brand. When we talk about agency branding, I know there's a lot of talk out there, but how many people are actually thinking about it and actually doing something about what their brand is? A really quick, easy question, what I would ask you to at least take a snapshot of your agency is if you looked from the outside of your building, looking in, let's just say it's all glass door. What is the brand and what is the perception of that agency and your agency? Creating an agency brand is absolutely critical. It's critical from social, digital, referrals. It's critical to just about every aspect of being able to not only renew business, but also gather and get new business. So we're going to spend quite a bit of time showing you how to develop a brand and then taking it and showing and sharing with the social world and the digital world how to do this in a very effective visual content marketing strategy. Sounds like big words, but I will tell you once we show you some visuals, you'll see that it's not that intimidating. So please don't be intimidated. We want to break everything down to a 101 so that you will be able to have and understand not only the content, but successfully be able to portray that in the social world. Next slide. What is a brand to you? One of the things that we always talk about is the brand of your actual agency versus the brand of who you are. For example, Paradiso Insurance can co-brand because it's Chris Paradiso and Paradiso Insurance. There's an overlap. There is not nearly the overlap if you are called Connecticut Insurance versus Paradiso Insurance and Chris Paradiso. Connecticut Insurance and Chris Paradiso, drastically different brand. So being able to put a brand together would be key. And one thing that we're starting to read more about is what does a brand actually do to people? A brand is really how you left the people feeling. That is going to be your visual brand story. How have you left the people from when they visually saw your brand? The way they left that is going to be key in order to helping you have success in the social world. So I put up the definition there of basically what a brand is. A brand is a name, a term, a design, a symbol, or any other feature that identifies sellers' goods or services as distinct from those of others. The key question I would then ask is, if you have a brand, what is that brand that separates you from any other agency that's out there? That is the $1 million question. The $1 million question is, if you are different, how are you different? Please, very common when I'm speaking at events, I ask, and a lot of people say, and they raise their hand and say, oh, well, we give great service. The problem with giving great service is that every other agency feels the same exact way. They give great service. That is not a brand. A brand is not just by saying you give great service. And I usually try to back that up without intimidating people and saying, hey, how do you know you give great service? Are you using rocket referrals to be able to get an understanding of how and what your client went through when they went through the buying process or the quoting process through your agency, that is key. The key is being able to not only ask your prospects who didn't do business with you and your clients who did do business with you, survey them and find out if you're really giving great service. But that, in retrospect, is not a brand. A brand is a person's gut feeling about a product, service, or company. Most people think of a brand and you'll think of Apple, and Apple gives you some a very good feeling, and some are anti-Apple and they're more for Android or some other product, and that's okay. But Apple does not run advertisements for sales. So they don't actually put sales on because their brand is so strong, and their brand is all about being innovative, being different, not being cheap and inexpensive like what the brand that Geico's trying to bring, right? Geico always says 15 is going to give you 15. But just think about that. If you go to your local doctor and you say, and you look at your clock, you got 15 minutes. You're gonna think of that doctor a little differently. I'm only worth 15 minutes. That's not Apple's brand, but it may be Geico's brand. But what we have to really analyze is, what is your agency brand? Next slide. So, how strong is your agency's brand? I'm going to let Joe step in here, and Joe has created all of these visuals for us. So I really want him to get into understanding, helping you understand the power of visuals and the difference between organic pictures versus branded pictures that we're posting here.
So just to give you guys an idea, you can see a few of our visuals here on the left. You can see some of our design elements, our branded fonts, our branded logo. Our brand really does scream out of all of the Paradiso Insurance visuals that we post online to either our website or our social media networks. And again, a brand is going to be more than just a first impression on your audience. It's going to allow you to resonate with your audience. And not only that, but over time, you're going to be able to build up brand recognition through consistency within your marketing efforts online. So as you're taking a look at some of our visuals, you'll notice some of the visuals have the same design or template throughout. And when people have, take a second to look at our content while they're scrolling down their social media newsfeed, they'll immediately recognize that it's Paradiso Insurance content because we've taken the time to develop that consistency over time. So over here on the right, we say that by incorporating a brand into all of your marketing efforts, your content will be able to reach the masses. Instead of just leaving a first impression, you'll be able to resonate with your prospects online. And again, that's really important because if you are able to actually resonate with your customers instead of just leaving that first impression, when it comes time for them to discuss things like word of mouth referrals with their friends or family, they're going to be thinking of your agency before the competition.
If you notice on the top right-hand corner of the top two in the lower left, you will see that that actually has and is a branded photo that we've created. And we've placed our logo in there. If you look at the bottom right, that is what they call an organic, a very natural picture. Basically, simply meaning someone came in the office, what did we want to do? We took a picture. We did not enhance that with adding our agency's name on there and or the other little gadgets that are in there to be able to show and put quotes within there. So that is organic. When we talk about organic photos, that is an organic photo. Simply meaning it's really not carved up.
Right, it's not edited. It's not edited whatsoever. We want to give our audience the feel that we are real people, we're authentic, we live within their community as well.
And why you want to have a blended strategy with that is because you also want to be able to give the audience the opportunity to think that your agency may be a little bit bigger than what some of them are. You can't really tell, but it does give a bigger feel when you get that stronger brand in there. And it's key. It's key to showing the public in social media that you are successful. So giving that little bit larger image or that feeling is not a bad thing. Your personal brand is absolutely instrumental. A lot of people, I've noticed, unless if you're talking to people like Donald Trump, who, when we talk about personal brand, I don't know if people remember what happened when he bought the governor who was running for President Bush, Jeb Bush's
yes.
Personal domain. He bought jedbush.com. Have you ever thought about buying yourname.com? He bought jedbush.com, and then what did he do? He redirected it to his personal website, and got a tremendous amount of traffic. And I will tell you, it's a strategy that not only Trump, but a lot of business people are using out there, whether people like it or not. In order to create your personal brand, I would tell you, first and foremost, go to GoDaddy or whatever other domain purchasing area or site you'd like to go to, and buy your name. If it's Chris Paradiso, if you notice down there, ChrisParadiso.com. And guys like me would also protect ChristopherParadiso.com. Why? Because in order to protect your brand, it is absolutely instrumental if you could purchase that domain. And then what you do with that domain is either one of two things. First and foremost, you can always backlink that and just create a little landing page on your website. Whoever designed and created your website, very, very, very easy. Just place a phone call to them and say, hey, I purchased ChrisParadiso.com or whatever your name is, and I'd like to create just a landing page on my website. If you then are writing very large accounts, I would highly recommend that you think about creating a website on its own. That's a standalone website. Why? Because with larger accounts, our agency likes to write, we write about 30 new $100,000 or larger accounts per year. What we find is that the actual audience that's going to look at ChrisParadiso.com, they're looking up to see basically who's running the agency, looking for competency, looking for professionalism. They're looking for a lot because they have a lot more invested in you. When larger companies have larger premiums, they want to make sure they're doing business with the right person. So a personal brand is absolutely instrumental, and how you can create that is one of two things. First, buy your domain of your name, and then put a landing page, or if you have the marketing budget and you want to create a separate website, that is perfect and would be more powerful. I will tell you, either way, you should buy your domain name and at least put up a landing page back to your website. So with a personal brand, here's a few organic pictures, just naturally taken. My family up in the left-hand corner, a client came in who was a veteran, Fuzzy, who became a client, and he came in and got himself a free t-shirt. We give out t-shirts. A big part of our brand is our veterans and those that are serving our country. So that's a Flag Day t-shirt from 2016 that said some gave all gave some, and we give a free American flag with that. That's made in America. And it's amazing on how you can really relate to people when you're giving back. It's not about the photo op, but it's about how you're actually making people feel. When they leave there, they know and understand. They're getting a feeling, hopefully more than just buying insurance and writing a check. These are all organic pictures. They have not been edited in any which manner. So you can see really simple, and being able to place those into the social world. We're going to talk about it in a minute where we would be placing these in the social world. Agency brand. This is on the left is just a Flag Day picture of some families and children that had come for our Flag Day event, which we have a barbecue, and it's a really cool event. We love to be able to promote that and also share what's going on in our community through this event. The middle picture is we do reverse trick or treat for Halloween, in which we gather and collect from our community an awful lot of toys for children who cannot have candy because they're on chemotherapy. And those nuts that are made in candy factories, there are all a lot of nut allergies. So what we did is we created something called Reverse Trick or Treat. We spend about 5 weeks collecting, and then we have the ability to go into the hospital and be able to hand out all these amazing gifts. And it's amazing on how kids want to help kids, and it's amazing the relationships. Once again, just another way to give back. Every agency is giving back, but the key factor is how are you socially sharing what you're doing? Can you recruit the community to get involved? Or do some agents, they always feel like they're showing off or feeling that they're being a little narcissistic by actually showing themselves giving back to the community? Well, you can make a stronger community by sharing that and not feeling that it's all about you, because it's not about you. It's about the community. It's about bringing people together, and it's about an end result. In this case, it's about helping young children who have cancer have a happy Halloween. And the last one is we have an office dog called Max. We love to share organic photos of Max inside of our agency. And it is a big part of our agency because we are pretty passionate. We hashtag rescue dogs because Max is a rescue dog. And it's amazing on how animal lovers come together. And it's a part of our agency brand. Go ahead, Joe.
Next slide here, we have a little bit more of our brand coming out. In our first slide, you can see that we are very family-oriented, we are very community-based, and we like to, make ourselves a very put ourselves at the center of our community to bring our community together. But in this slide, you can see that we are very team-oriented as well. We want people to understand that when they come into our agency, we will work as a team to solve their problems, and that's a huge part of our brand. We are not a team because we work together. We're a team because we respect, trust, and care for each other. And that's the kind of sense that we want our customers to feel when they step into our agency and they get service directly from our agents. It really helps with the customer experience as a whole, especially if they can see this content online before they ever visit our agency in person. They'll feel like they're going to be a part of an extended family through the experience they'll get with our agency.
On the left is, you see us all in red. It's not the whole team, but there's a good chunk of us, and we did have a few clients that day. Red Friday means remember everyone deployed. Once again, it's a big part of our agency brand. Red Friday, we wear red every single Friday in remembering all of our men and women who are serving overseas until they all come home safe. And once again, what we're trying to share with the social world is first to bring awareness to Red Friday, and secondly, we're hoping to bring together a family, unified, bring people together is really what the picture is trying to say. We are a family, and once people do become a client of ours, one of our 12 promises that I'm going to be sharing with you on March 20th is when you do business with us, you become a part of the Paradiso family, and what does that mean? So we're going to share those 12 promises with you. Next up, no questions have come in as I can see.
Correct.
If there are questions, please ask. I know we just spent almost 20 minutes on brand, personal brand and agency brand, absolutely critical. And another thing we're going to be talking about March 20th at your convention will be a brand guide and the importance of a brand guide. And we're going to be talking about it. And I'm going to be sharing my brand guide with everybody, showing you what a brand guide is, how it works, and how it's going to help affect every one of these tools that we're going to be talking about, from Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Google+. Okay? So key factor is we're going to get into that, and we're going to dive into the brand guide. And I just wanted you to understand what's the difference of having a brand guide versus not having a brand guide and going into these social platforms. First platform we're going to talk about is Facebook. I'll take that, and Joe will take the next one. Facebook is by far, if you're doing and writing any personal lines insurance, it should be the #1 social platform you're on. Why? Because it's the most amount of people that are on that platform. And number two, the audience that's there in the Facebook world is no longer the 18-year-old, no longer the 22-year-old. Yes, they may be still playing in that arena, the 25, 26, 28-year-olds, but they're not in that arena as much as they are playing in other social arenas. What you're finding is that 35 to 65-year-old demographics are heavily involved into the Facebook world. Why we need to be in the Facebook is because that is where our clients are, #1. Number two, why do we need to be playing in the Facebook world? Because Facebook and its algorithm and how you are utilizing your agency Facebook page is absolutely critical in order for Google to be able to push you up in rank. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is if you're not in the Facebook arena with your agency, you are being penalized by Google, which is search engine optimization, which simply, for a sophisticated word called SEO, really easy way of thinking about it is if you go in the search bar and you put your town and you put insurance quotes, who's popping up in search first? You will find that the people that are popping up in search first are people that are socially active. Socially active in pros of having a Facebook page and having success would mean getting shares, getting likes, and getting comments. Very, very important. If you are in the Facebook world posting and they're getting no comments, no likes, no shares, at least you're there. The problem is you're irrelevant. And the key factor is how do we get interaction? And that's something we're going to talk about, because you can pay to play, or you can get really active and get your team behind you and at least get some interaction. We're going to talk about those two. But really what you see and why we put up this slide is because you can see our team smiling, happy, and we're trying to send a message. You can count on us. We also have in the lower right-hand corner our actual agency logo, and it's branded. So the key factor is please, please, please stay away from stock photos. It's about being real. It's about being human in the social world. It's about interaction in the social world. When you get into stock photos, you're saying you really don't care. So the key factor is you can take pictures with as simple as your iPhone and be able to post photos there. Please make sure you're posting non-stock photos that are organic and real. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, so this next slide we have organic versus branded agency visuals. We spoke about this a little bit earlier, but here we can go in a little bit more in depth. On the left-hand side, we have a photo of our reverse trick-or-treat campaign. Again, this is our campaign where we are asking the community for donations, whether it's toys, small gifts, things of that nature, because the kids, of course, who are getting treatment and things of that nature, they won't be able to go out for Halloween. They won't be able to have candy as well because it could interfere with their medicine. So we asked the community to come together, and we make our office into a donation stop. And at the end of October, all of the toys get delivered to the medical center. So what we did to share this online is we took an organic photo. Again, it's a photo that is not edited, it's not branded, but it does speak to your agency's brand, because we are still saying that we're a part of the community, and we're also very involved with giving back. Within the same campaign, on the right-hand side, we have an agency-branded photo. This one is a photo that the marketing team had taken and edited on the computer. You know, we touched it up. We put our branded blue, we put our branded logo, and we used our branded font to help spread the message about our reverse trick-or-treat campaign. And when it comes to your posts online, you should have a healthy balance between both branded and organic content. This way your audience can get a sense for what your brand is, you can resonate with them, but at the same time, you want to appear authentic, you want to appear real, and that'll help you stand out from your competition.
The other thing on the slide to the right, you can see that there's a hashtag in there, reverse trick or treat. We're going to talk about hashtagging. We're going to talk about creating your own hashtag, because that is a hashtag that we created for the hashtag world. And we're going to talk about the difference in creating your own versus finding hashtags that are trending. Just wanted to bring that up because it's a very important topic.
That's something that'll be covered in the PIAK conference later on in March.
Yes. Yep. So now we're going to be talking about a very commonly asked question when I'm speaking at events. I was fortunate to speak at Gary Vee's event last week, and one of the first questions that came up was, what is the amount of posts that you are doing that are insurance related versus non-insurance related? So really what I'm going to get into here on these two slides is insurance related posts, which is content written for Google, really to help educate people that are in the internet world looking for insurance, not advice always, but some education. And on the left, we're talking about business insurance, and business interruption insurance is really the key concept. And this is a blog that was written by our in-house marketing team, which we are going to talk about on March 20th, the huge difference between blogging on-site versus off-site. I don't want to get into it right now with you, unless if somebody has a question about it. We will get in depth on it, and so that you understand the differences between on-site and off-site. The one on the right is why I stand. Here at Paradiso Insurance, anybody that's been watching us or watches us, it's very common. You'll see our t-shirts. I stand for the flag, I kneel for the fallen. It's a stand that we take very seriously here at Paradiso Insurance, and it's a part of our brand and who we are. This has been one of the most read blogs that we've ever produced, and the key factor is it's okay to take a stand wherever you may fall on a topic. I don't think we have to go out and look for wars or or look to cause controversy, but we all have to take a stand. And if you really want to read a really good book that was released today, it's called Crush It, and it's by Gary V. Just Google Gary VEE, and his book will pop up. It's the #1 marketing sales book, I believe, bestseller, and it just came out today. And he always talks about being able to, you have to stand on one side or the other. You need to take a stand. So when we're blogging, getting back to the question on how much, when we are in brand mode, which was the last 24 to 28 months, which our goal was really to focus into the social and digital world about our brand, pound, our brand and what we stand for. It was 9 out of every 10 posts, so 90% was brand related, and only 10% was insurance related. Well, we feel that we've done a study, and we feel comfortable that the people in our audience that we're attracting understands our brand. This year, as of January 1st, our new marketing strategy, is 60% brand and 40% insurance. So if you've been following us in the past 6 months versus the last 3 to 4 weeks, you're going to see that there is 30 to 35% more insurance-related posts than there was in the past 6 months prior to January. Very, very, very key to be able to first get an audience. You're going to get an audience not by talking about insurance. You're going to get an audience by finding out and connecting with people who have similar beliefs and ideals that you have, and people that like your brand and like what you stand for. So that is key. Go ahead, Joe.
Now that we've had a chance to make our brand consistent and really resonate with our audience, what we're doing is focusing on more of the sales funnel when it comes to writing about insurance. So what our focus is we're looking to reverse engineer the customer experience process, so that way we can figure out what our customers are asking, what they really want to learn about, and we want to go against the grain in our space and actually talk about those things. So if there are other insurance agencies that don't want to talk about price, we're going to talk about price because it's what our customers are looking for. Not that that's the only thing that our customers are looking for, because we don't pride ourselves on cheap coverage, but we're looking to become the trusted advisors in both our insurance space for our niche markets as well as our local community, so that way people look to us for information and they get a sense of trust with our agency before they ever walk through the door.
Hugely important. It sounds easy to earn trust, but it's time and time again is pounding your brand and being consistent with it, and along with being consistent with all the brand regulations that are going to be held in when we show you in our brand guide. No questions as of yet, right, Joe?
Right.
Okay. Driving engagement and uploading videos, absolutely key. A lot of people and a lot of agencies are not using video. I'm hoping that once I leave there, people will implement video, and I promise you one thing, my 5-year-old twins were able to create their own video. I can show you a technology tool that is so simple to use that if a 5-year-old can do it, I can promise you anyone can do it. It is so not intimidating and so easy to use. So the key is can we get people to embrace video, at least try it and see how easy it is. So here on the left, we're using content in the Facebook world, and what are we doing? Experience rewards with our agency. So there's a video that Joe had created in-house. If you don't have a full-time marketing person, and what I mean by that is I have Joe and Alicia 100% not licensed, 100% committed on
insurance marketing.
Marketing, not marketing to carriers, marketing to the internet world and to the public. I repeat myself because a lot of people say, so you have 2 full-time people, what do they do all day? They continue to market, and if you ask Joe what he did in a day, I could send you everything he's done every single day, because he reports back and he and Alicia send in an up-to-date every single day, which is everything that they've accomplished in a day. You'd be shocked. There is definitely not enough hours in a day to be able to accomplish what we're looking to accomplish. From video to writing blogs to creating visuals to creating email templates of what we're going to be posting. And the list goes on and on and on. So this would be a video that was posted in YouTube, but we took the link and we were able to post that on the Facebook world, because what are we trying to do? Simple little saying, we want to give back to all of our loyal customers in whatever way we can. which is why we want to make sure you've had a chance to check out our insurance agency's reward program. It is our little way of saying thank you to all of our customers and clients. I'm going to be able to show you that in a couple minutes, that video, which is all created in-house. So we are not spending money hiring a third-party administrator and or a marketing company to be able to create these videos. And at the end of the day, if you can get somebody and find somebody to help and be creative with this, it's way less expensive than actually outsourcing. Go ahead.
And additionally, if anyone is interested in getting started on video and you're not sure where exactly to start, we do have a recorded webinar on YouTube as well. It's free to access. If you're interested in it, we'll have our contact information at the end. You can reach out to us, ask us for a webinar. It's focused entirely on creating video and spreading it into the social world.
I just want to prepare everybody that what Paradiso Presents does, and that's where you would find it in the YouTube world, is under Paradiso Presents. We're producing this content for free. We are not looking to sell. We have nothing to sell independent agents anywhere other than a donation for a magazine that we create every single year on marketing, which I will be bringing several hundred magazines and be giving them away at the convention. But I just don't want people to, I want people to understand this is all free content, and there is more under Paradiso Presents on the YouTube station from hashtagging. If you'd like to do some research on your own, please don't hesitate. Go to YouTube, push in Paradiso, P-A-R-A-D-I-S-O, Presents, P-R-E-S-E-N-T-S, and it will pop up all of our videos. And they're all free, meant for you to hopefully take advantage and learn a little bit about marketing in the social world. So off to the right is a picture of one of our partners. So something we have here at Paradiso Insurance is we have partners of Paradiso. These are clients that do commercial business with us that we then take, we put their link on our agency page, and we create a video for them. And we're going to show you that video in a couple minutes. But what we're trying to do is spend a few dollars, as you can see in this picture. 3,907 people it reached. Okay, you see that down a little bit below where you hit start. Below that, there's 2.6 thousand views. So 2,600 views. We were able to promote this business out to our community. And I bet you we spent all of about $20. 23 shares and 32 comments. The 23 shares is absolutely instrumental because it's coming back to our page on our website and or our page or on YouTube. Absolutely critical for telling Google and being able to rank high in search.
And we've also had an amazing relationship with that client for getting them the extra traction to their business as well.
All for a small investment.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to Google Plus, one of our favorite spots. I wonder how many, if you could raise your hands, which you can't, but how many of you are actually on Google Plus? Usually, it's about 99.9% that are not on Google Plus in the insurance world. I will tell you, as a whole country, there are still millions there, but there's hundreds of millions not utilizing it. The reason why we think it's so very important is because at the end of the day, search engine optimization, which is being found in the world of the internet, is really run by Google. Google is the largest search engine at about 76 to 77% out of every 100 people. When they go into search, they search in Google. So Google Plus would be an arena that you would definitely want to play in. And we're going to show you some techniques. The first thing I would recommend is opening up a Google Plus page and making sure that your agency has all of its information. First and foremost, the address, phone number, website, email address, giving all its giving availability for people to find you. Because Google Plus actually shows up in search. Always remember, Google plays in the arena of Google. So you can see below, when this was snapshot, it also gives you here, it says the insurance agency opened today from 8:30 to 5:30. Also shows how many followers, and it shows 1,029,486 views. Those are free views at that point, and we're averaging about 3 million views per year in the Google Plus world. That's 3 million views that cost me not one single penny. So we're going to show you some techniques on how to attract business in the world of Google Plus. Here are a couple visuals. You want to take this over, Joe?
Sure. So with Google Plus, you can't just throw content out and see what sticks against the wall. What you want to do is you want to get the right content in front of the right eyes. And one way that we do this is by posting to what's called communities. So essentially what you'd want to do is find people that are like-minded to your agency's brand. So part of our agency's brand, of course, you can see in these two screenshots. The one on the left is a military community that you can see up here near the arrow. And the one on the right is classic cars and car projects and car shows. We have a huge following for classic car lovers here at our agency. We're classic car enthusiasts, and it's a huge part of our brand. So what we do is we create content that pertains to our agency brand, and then we find those individuals online to share the content with the right eyes. So what you can do on Google Plus is at the very top while you're logged in, there will be a search bar, and you can type in keywords such as military, and you'll find what's called these communities to essentially join and start posting to. Now these people, of course, are going to be more appreciative of your content if you're speaking their language, and that's going to really bring the traction of your Google Plus page up because all of your posts will be pointing back to your agency's Google Plus page.
Very important. Google Plus is something we're gonna touch upon and give some strategies when we're at the convention, because it's something so very easily done and something so overlooked just because there's not enough people playing in this arena in the insurance space. Pinterest. How many people would even, once again, if I could have hands, it would be interesting to see how many people are even in the Pinterest world. What is Pinterest? I will define that first and foremost because a lot of people don't know what Pinterest is. Pinterest is a social platform. It's a visual content marketing platform. What do I mean by that? Pinterest is all about the visual, not about the actual writings and the content, but it's all about a visual, just like Instagram. That is a visual social media platform. In the world of Pinterest, all you're doing is you're pinning pictures and things that are very passionate to you into circles and placing them where you want to place them. So let me give you an example. Okay. I'm going to give you, I'm sorry, went too fast here. In the first one, here is pictures of our agency with our clients. We want to share that with the world, right? We want to make sure we get it in the Pinterest world. The next one is Mad Max, which is our agency dog. The next one is My Stafford Springs. It's local businesses, local photos of our community. Other very interesting topics, if you say to me, hey, how can I be profitable with this? You could do homes that I insure, which is something that we do. When you take pictures of high-end homes that you may be insuring, you can place them in the world of Pinterest. Less than 7% of actual people that are pinning on Pinterest actually post organic pictures. What does that mean? That means that people are out there really to repin, not to create content and place it in there. So if you are going to place content into the world of Pinterest, you're going to have visibility because you're one of the few. The average person is not posting in there. We every single day we have a strategy. We are posting organic and non-organic pictures inside of the Pinterest world so that we can gain traction. Some other areas that if you were to say, hey, how can we be profitable? If you write classic cars, great area to be able to, every time someone takes a picture and you're insuring it, post it into the world of Pinterest. Absolutely key to getting the world to understand what you write. And those are just a couple little techniques that we're utilizing within the world of Pinterest. Pinterest is about 80% women used, which what I love about that is we all know that women are decision makers when it comes to personal lines insurance. So we're going to be in the arena where they're already at. Most commonly pinned and most commonly posted in Pinterest is still people that are cooking, baking, looking for recipes. That is still the #1 pin inside the world of Pinterest.
Fun fact about Pinterest, too, is people who are on this platform versus other social media networks are 60% more likely to make a purchase online. So this is a great place for your agency to not only spread your brand, but also get your content more visibility, display your customers and staff, and all sorts of things of that nature. And if we were to share our metrics with you for Pinterest, which we will certainly be doing at the PIAK conference coming up in March, I think you'd be a little bit surprised and you'd probably want to start your own Pinterest page today. So we'll be talking about metrics at the conference, as well as how you can track both your social media metrics and your analytics as well.
No questions as of yet.
Oh, I think we have one actually.
Hold on.
Let's take a look here. I have a hand raised, I believe.
There is a hand raised.
Bobby Simmons.
Go ahead, Bobby.
If you have a question, feel free to type them in the chat on GoToWebinar so we can see them on our end, and we'll be happy to address them. Let's take a look here.
I've known Bobby for several years now. She's very good people. Go ahead and you ask your question, and we're happy to be able to answer it.
She's asking,
Yes.
Yeah, she is asking, what about permission to use those photos? So on Pinterest.
Yeah, my first question to you is, at the end of the day, when you take those photos and or if you take them and or if the client takes them, we always ask for permission saying, hey, we're going to utilize those, get those to the insurance company, but we'd also like to be able to post them in the social world on Pinterest, where we really love to post classic cars. Just ask for permission. Most people, I've never had anybody say, hey, I don't want those photos going anywhere. The one thing you're going to find about people that collect cars, they love their cars and they love to show them off. I am a classic car collector. I love to go to shows and to talk to other classic gurus and junkies to be able to share all the different information and about the car, and also share where the car's been, how the car got to the state that it's got to, in the senses of how well it's been taken care of and or if it's been modified. People love to share that information. I would tell you, just ask for permission. 99.9% of the time, you will have no problem. Very good question, though, Bobby. Moving on to Instagram. If Joe, you want to take this over. Instagram is a great tool. Most people don't know this, but Instagram is owned by Facebook. And Joe, go ahead, take it away.
So Instagram is another very visually inclined platform. There is a little bit of a different strategy when it comes to using Instagram. It's a very mobile-based platform, so you can only really upload photos from a cellular device or a smartphone device. But what you're going to want to do with Instagram is mostly showcase your agency's brand. You can't necessarily link back to specific blogs or videos on Instagram, but it's a great place to enhance the customer experience, showcase your staff, showcase your agency's brand, and give your audience the authentic feel they're looking for when they're looking for a local independent agent. There is different techniques we will be going over at the PIAK conference, such as hashtagging, checking in, and things of that nature. And we will be doing a live check-in at PIAK as well, just to show everybody how it's done.
I will tell you once again, Instagram is a visual content marketing platform, just as Pinterest. That's why it's actually instrumental to making sure you understand how to use hashtags and what hashtags you should be using in order to get and allow anybody to be able to see what visual content you posted. Very, very, very important. It is one of the fastest, if not the fastest. I think Snapchat might be the fastest growing platform right now, but Instagram is absolutely enormous. And we're going to talk about the pros and cons, because there are some cons in the senses of the first stages of Instagram. You're seeing video partake now a lot more in Instagram. So I think as time goes on, over the short term, you're going to be able to have a ROI in the world of Instagram, where I would say it's been very difficult up until now to be able to get a positive ROI. But it's coming, because they are changing the way that they hold pictures, they hold video. Video is going to be a game changer in the world of Instagram.
And Instagram certainly has a positive future now that it's been bought out for Facebook. So if you are hesitant to get started on Instagram, there's nothing to worry about there.
Was there another question?
Oh, no.
Okay. Moving on to Twitter, and we have about 15 minutes, and if there are questions, I'm happy to cut it short. We still have a bunch of content to go over, but ask the questions. It's not a problem. If not, we're going to keep moving. Twitter page for the agency. You want to take this over, Joe?
Sure. So it is very important for your agency to have a Twitter page. There are many users of different demographics who are, residing on Twitter. This network is a bit more fast-paced, so your posts have a smaller half-life. Whereas Facebook, you'd see a post maybe for an entire day for the first time that it was posted. On Twitter, you may only see a post for a few seconds because everyone's rapid firing their posts. They're doing different hashtagging strategies to get their posts more visualization and things like that. And you know, it is another great place to showcase your brand. Every social media is a great place to showcase your brand, and it's a great way to engage your network as well. You can direct tag users and all sorts of things. We'll be talking about the specific strategies at the conference itself. But this is a place where people go to discover businesses online in 2018.
A really cool fun fact, 7 seconds is about the longest that a tweet is going to stay there, which is, unless if you're actually directly connecting and basically calling somebody out and tagging them, you got about a 7-second life expectancy, which is very short. Why I say that is because if you do not have full-time marketing people, it's going to be very difficult for you to get a strategy and be profitable in the world of Twitter. Twitter takes time. Twitter takes energy. It doesn't really take money. The money is really in the person who's actually tweeting. So I love Twitter, and anybody that is following me, and I haven't woken you up at 3:30 in the morning because I didn't like you 20 times in a row.
Your time is coming soon.
Connect with me, and I promise you I'll wake you up in the next week. I love Twitter. I hit it really hard and really early, and the Twitter world is just a great way to connect with people you would not be able to connect with. CEOs of insurance companies, that's how I connect with them. If you want to get to them and they're in the arena, in the Twitter arena, I promise you, you can get to them, you can tell them what you need to say, and in very good chances you are going to get a phone call and be able to set up an appointment with them. Twitter allows you to do that, and I'm going to show you some really cool techniques on that.
We even communicated a lot with Gary Vee through Twitter as well. You can really reach out to anyone through this platform. As long as you have the right strategy going in and the right visibility, anything can happen.
If you don't know who Gary Vee is, I would highly recommend you to Google him. He is by far one of the most effective, excuse his language because he drops the F-bomb more than anybody I have ever met in my life. He just swears like a drunken sailor. If you can get above and beyond that, the knowledge that he can teach you when you read his book or watch his videos, I take something away, if not 1, 2, 3 things. Being able to speak at Agent 2021, I will tell you, met some of the most sophisticated marketing strategists that I have ever met with, and they are working for Gary Vee. Gary Vee did not have a lot of money in 2011. Actually, I believe he was creating videos in his parents' basement. He is now worth between $100 and $300 million off of one thing, his personal brand, and being able to share with you marketing ideas, and it's all coming from his brand story. If you get a chance, look him up. There's a lot to learn from this guy. He's brilliant as a marketing and a social guru. Moving on to LinkedIn, and I know we're just giving you tits and bits here. What I'm afraid is I don't want to give you too much. Then when I get there, you're going to say, Chris didn't have much to share because he gave it all away in the 2 webinars we're doing. But I'm trying to give you a couple little tips on what some social platforms. LinkedIn is a great social platform. Bobby, I know you're there, and many other agents are there. It's probably the most used platform within the business world in the insurance space. I will tell you LinkedIn can be an extremely powerful tool. If I could give you one no-no that you absolutely cannot do, and if you continue to do it, I would highly recommend you to take your page down, is you notice that there's a picture here. Not everybody likes to have a picture of themselves in the world of LinkedIn. If you don't, LinkedIn is B2B, means business to business. It is very important that you put a picture there. By not putting a picture there in a B2B social platform, basically you're saying you really don't care. It's like getting up in the morning, driving your car to the office in your pajamas. You didn't comb your hair, you didn't brush your teeth, you didn't put deodorant on. That's basically what you're saying. I know some of you might be laughing when I say that, but that is the truth. In B2B marketing, if you don't have a picture, the first thing you're saying is you don't care. And LinkedIn really means nothing to me. So please, please, please put a picture. The second thing, become a LinkedIn all-star. How do you get an all-star profile? It's really easy. Make sure you fill out line by line. Example, current job, put it in there. Give the information. Previous job, give the information. All the education, whether you went to 2 colleges, 3 colleges, 1 college, put all that information in there. The more you fill up the data bank that you fill out, you will become an all-star profile, which will help you give the people that are looking at you a complete overview of who you are and what you are, but it will also help you in the LinkedIn world. Very, very, very important. Make sure you're not leaving spaces empty. Video, one of my favorites, and I'm going to let Joe step in here, even though it's by far one of my favorite things, because Joe is the one creating a lot of our video, and you can see by that smile that he is pretty jacked to be talking about YouTube. I am too, and I'm excited to show you a couple of his videos.
So video, the reason we are so focused on video is because it's a very engaging form of content, and it's where users are going online when they're logging on to Facebook, when they're logging on to the various social medias out there. When they're scrolling through their newsfeed, they always tend to take a moment to see what's going on in the videos that are being shared out there. The reason being is you can scroll down through a newsfeed and the video will start moving before you ever even touch the play button. Usually it gives them a sense of curiosity on what's going on with the content, and it really does. It's an effective way of capturing a user's attention. So we have some statistics here. There's 4 billion total views on YouTube every day. There are 6 billion hours of video viewed in 1 month's time, and there are a total of 300 hours worth of videos uploaded to YouTube every minute. And that is some intense metrics, folks. So
let me just step in 1 second. If I asked you who owns YouTube, I'm giving away the answer yes, Google. Very, very, very big. YouTube being owned by Google, absolutely a must play in the world of YouTube. And another portion of video that we're going to get into when I come out to Kentucky is we are going to show you the absolute importance of video proposals. And there's a 4-letter F word I love, and that's free. It's free technology. It's free to use. It's cost you nothing other than you have to take the time to implement it. And I promise you, we're going to show you that it's so easy to implement and so easy to use that it's going to be mind-boggling. And that is going to be an awesome tool for each and every one of you to be using when it comes to video.
Absolutely.
Here is one of the videos that was created, and we're going to just quickly show you a video. That's a powerful video. We're going to use that video on Veterans Day to push it out and wish each and every one of our prospects, clients, our community. We're going to use that in an email. We're going to use that on social platforms. We are going to drive people to that video because this is a huge part of our brand. We are thankful for each and every veteran, those that have served, those that are still serving, and those that gave all. And it is going to be a key video that we are going to push because it plays a huge role not only in our brand, but it plays a role in what Paradiso Insurance stands for. So that would be one video. And we talk so much about agency rewards and being able to give referrals and give back to what happens when you give a referral. I wanted to share with you a video that Joe created, and I think you might enjoy this.
Does your insurance agency reward you for being a loyal customer? Here at Paradiso Insurance, we understand that buying insurance may not top your list of purchases, so we want to provide you with the best experience possible along the way. Have you heard about our agency's reward program? Whether you're an existing client of ours or simply considering other options for your insurance, our agency wants to give back to our most loyal customers. We send all of our customers a survey by email when they first come into our agency and during their renewal process. By completing our short survey, you can be entered for a raffle for a $25 gas card, and we select a new winner each month. Next up on our rewards program, we also give away $25 gift cards to anyone that gives our agency a referral, even if the family member or friend that you referred to us decides that they don't want to do business with us in the end. Last but not least, if you stop into our agency for any reason, whether it's to pay a bill or ask us questions about your policy, be sure to check into our agency on Facebook, and your next coffee will be on us. To check in on Facebook, simply hit the location icon in the Facebook status update panel and ask for Joe in our office to receive your $3 Dunkin' Donuts gift card. Traditionally speaking, you may not have got excited to purchase insurance, but when you shop for your insurance through our agency, you can experience rewards and enjoy the people you buy it from.
With that being said, we are going to go to our content. We're going to show you a slide on how you can reach out to us, follow us, Joe and myself. And I don't know if anybody has any further questions, any ideas, anything that they like to share. I'm happy to take questions. We have about 1.5 to 2 minutes. And if there's anybody, please send in a question. We're happy to answer it. I know another most common question that's been asked is the difference of having an app versus not having an app, or really the question comes down as having a website that is mobile friendly versus having an app. And that's something I'm going to dive deep into when I'm out there at the convention, because they're two very, very, very different strategies. Everybody needs, if they have a website, to have a mobile friendly website. That's really simple. All you do is contact the person who designed and developed your website and tell them, hey, make it mobile friendly. Mobile friendly is really simple. It needs to be able to fit on your mobile devices and in a very organic way. It's very clean. It just fits in there. If it does not fit and looks like it's unreadable, then it's probably a website that is not mobile friendly and you are being penalized. Having an agency app is absolutely critical, because if you're going to give great customer service and a great customer experience, how can you give that without having an app? Allowing your clients to pay their bills 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, unless if you're a large agency. Agency like mine, we do not stay open, nor do we have a call center 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we are adamant that we push the app so that if they have a claim at 1 o'clock in the morning, they can directly go right into the carrier and report the claim. And if not, they're taking pictures inside of the app. It's going to be date stamped, location stamped, and emailed directly to our agency, so we're going to know right away. So absolutely key. And I think with no further questions, I believe our next webinar is, do we have a set date?
I believe it's on the 27th. Let me double check that real quick here for you folks.
I thank everybody for attending today. Hopefully it was helpful.
28th of November will be our next webinar for PIAK. I'm sorry, February.
February 28th?
Yes.
February 28th. And I'm sure that there'll be an email that will be going out to you, updating you what time, and a link to connect to that. We thank you. If you have any questions and you want to reach out to us, please feel free. My email is my first initial C, my last name Paradiso, Paradiso @paradisoinsurance.com. And Joe?
My email is bestey @paradisoinsurance.com. We'd be happy to answer any and all questions you have for us. And again, there's going to be a lot more content coming to the PIAK conference on March 20th in Lexington, Kentucky. We hope you can join us there.
I wanted to thank the PIA, because as we get hired at Paradiso Presents, that money goes to charity. Most people that know me know and understand that I have a sister that's mentally handicapped, that's in a foundation called Journey Found, which is for people that are disabled, like my sister, mentally handicapped, 24-hour care, 7-day a week. So I'm very fortunate to get hired and be able to donate 100% of those proceeds over to such a great foundation doing wonderful things for a lot of people with disabilities. So thank you, PIA, for hiring me to be out there, and I promise not to let any of the attendants down. We are going to make sure that we give you 100% and an awful lot of content. So please, if you need us, you got our emails. Until next time, have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.